know the first thing about making a dragon bookend, so I hopped over to ChatGPT and asked them to make me an image of what it could look like. I then remembered I don't know how to model the dragon either, so I jumped over to Meshy AI and I uploaded the photo that ChatGPT gave me and told it to make a model for me. This is what came out. I think this could work for the first rough draft. So I go ahead and rescale it to 120 millimeters. Then I download it and get it ready to bring over to Bamboo Labs. In Bamboo Labs, I import the file that I just made in Meshy AI. This still looks too small to hold books, so I'm going to scale it to 200%. We have a lot of overhangs here, so we better enable supports to make sure that this model can print properly. I click slice and then send it over to my printer to print in black PETG filament. This is how that print turned out. Remove all of the supports from around the dragon. As I do so, I'm inspecting the dragon. I think it looks pretty good. But I realize that I'm going to need to add more weight because it's way too light. So I hop into Fusion and import the mesh for the dragon. I cut the base off and turn it into a solid model to make it easier to work with. My plan here is to make a second piece that I can glue to the base of the dragon and fill with something heavy. I cut the base into that second piece so it'll fit perfectly. Then I cut a hole and hollow it out. And I realized that the ceiling is going to collapse when I 3D print it. So I add all of these walls to support the ceiling. Once I'm satisfied with all of the walls I've added, I try to hollow out the edges as well to fit as much material inside as possible. I think I'm going to use sand to make it as heavy as I can while filling all of these gaps. I thought about using rocks, but I thought maybe they would be too hard to get in. I look at it one last time. I think I'm pretty satisfied with this design, so I export it to print. And then I remember I need to scale it 200% again. I scale it up, and then I disable the supports, because once they're inside the print, I won't be able to remove them. I then send it over to my printer. In black PETG again. Here's how it turned out. I'm going to give it a test fit here. Let's see. Yes, that's perfect. There's a small gap, but I'm okay and pretty satisfied with this result. Next step is to just add sand inside this bottom piece before we glue it shut. Bought this bag from Home Depot. Printed this mini scoop so I can scoop the sand into my design. It turned out pretty cleanly. Let's try it for the first time. A little messy, that's why I put it inside this box though, so it's no problem. Do the first pour, and I am quickly realizing that this is going to take quite a while. It is a little satisfying to watch though, as each grain of sand cascades down onto another one. I think we're just about there. Just starting to get pretty full. Giving it a few more shakes just to see if we can fit a couple extra grains. We need as much weight as we can. And there we are. And now we're going to go and scuff up the base using a 180 grit sandpaper. That way when we glue it together, it'll hold much better and get glue in all of the scratch and scuff marks. Scuff both the dragon and the sand base here. I'm going to be using a glue called E6000 Premium, specifically designed to work with plastics. I've tried a lot of glues, and they always break on me. Now we let it sit for 24 hours overnight. You can see here that the tail is preventing it from going flush against the books. This is obviously a design oversight on my part. I give it a little weight test. It actually seems to be holding better than I thought it would. But I think if I'd used pebbles instead of sand, it could hold up to even bigger books against it. This is a design that I made before, about a year ago. I think that I do like the look of the new design more. And I like the size a lot better too. She turned out really beautiful. Now my wife has a fantasy bookend to use with all of her fantasy books.